I'll kick them all. Wow, okay. Well, it's a massive, massive delay, guys. I'm sorry about that. The reason why there's such a big delay is obviously it's a live stream of a tournament, and basically you have to put the delay in to get rid of the potential stream sniping. It happens, unfortunately. But we're not that long away now before we start. Hopefully, it'll be very soon. Just waiting for the teams to roll in and rock up. They're not due to start for another, 10, 15 odd minutes. So we're just having a bit of just chilling out until they all rock up. And obviously, because of the stream delay, I don't want everything to sort of go on toward, so to speak. I would normally at this stage play some form of replay, but unfortunately I can't. Mainly because I don't have many replays on this account, because this is my Asian account. Mm, sorry about that, just drinking a cup of tea. We got a bit of time before they go out anyway, so I'm not going to give the game away. I'm not going to say who they're going to face if they obviously win this game. They go through to the final of the KOK, whichever team wins it. There are two teams facing off, two big teams. We've got Kings and we've also got Feast, fresh from yesterday where they played in the Ascent tournament. Oh, they're still rolling in now. It's looking quite good. It's looking quite good indeed. Just gotta find out who's playing who. Verino 7 and me. Okay, we'll do. Still trying to work out who the teams are, though, my friend. So I'm trying to, well, like I said, we're just waiting at the moment for players to rock up and roll in. We haven't been given the team lists as of yet. Hopefully that will be very soon. Like I said, I'm really sorry about the delay. It's there for a reason. Um, oh, teams are rolling in now. We're not going to be too far away from starting. It's all looking good. I'm just waiting for the captains to give me their team lists because I'm controlling the room. Bear with me because just waiting and waiting. Oh, the roster right now is correct. Oh, no, no one's sticking out, so I can stick him back in. There we go. Awesome. So, as you can see, we should be starting pretty soon. As I said, there's a massive stream delay. I'm really sorry about that. There is a reason for it, as I said. I mean, this is a serious tournament, even though it's not a proper wargaming tournament as such. It's not Ascent or Twister. This is a PK on Blitz composed tournament, but it's sponsored by Clan Wars of Asia and Wargaming itself. So even though it's not, one of the run-of-the-mill wargaming tournaments, it is a wargaming sponsored tournament. So it's still pretty serious, guys. And there's still a lot to go for, a lot to play for in this, which is nice. We should see some great stuff. Two fantastic Asian clans. I mean, Feast. I mean, I watched Feast yesterday in the Ascent Tour. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see King, but I did watch Feast in the Ascent Tour yesterday. We're due to kick off in around 5 minutes from now. Did I? Oh, hang on a minute. I've been told to kick people from the room, and then my bad. Where is he? Soft Rescue, where are you? This is the problem when you run the room. Wow, okay. It's a massive delay, guys. Sorry about that. The reason why there's such a big delay is obviously it's a live stream of a tournament, and basically we have to put the delay in, get rid of the potential stream sniping. It happens. So as I said, we'll be kicking off in about 5 minutes or so. I'm still playing around here because I've made a few mistakes. I'm running the room, unfortunately, and I don't like running rooms because I'm a bit of a techno noob. So I'm running the room, and everything's sort of going. I've got to sort of do this and do that, and for some reason in Asia, the streamers run the rooms. I don't know why, but they do. And it's probably the biggest mistake they ever did, making me run a room. So I just inadvertently kicked Soft Rescue out, which I shouldn't have done. But there we go. It happens. We've got a bit of time before they go out anyway, so I'm not going to give the game away. This is not going to say who they're going to face if they obviously win this game. They go through to the. So I'm taking it. Okay, whichever team wins it. There are two teams facing off, two big teams. We've got Kings, and we've also got still trying to work out who. Well, so anyway, as I was saying before, everything went wrong earlier. Well, something's going on. We're going somewhere else now. We're going to a different, which is what should have happened in the first place. They shouldn't have been. So we're dismissing this room by looks on it, and we're going to a different room, which I can understand. There we go. This is better. But as I said, they're all readying up now. It's going to be an interesting semi-final by looks on it. Don't know what's happening. Oh, we're moving around. Things are happening here, there, and everywhere. Teams are getting ready. At least it looks like they're getting ready. This, I'm personally in the Asian server part of it. Just to put you in the picture, there is a 5 minute stream delay at my end, so it's very difficult for me to interact with you guys, I'm afraid. The reason it's difficult for me to interact with you guys is I've had to put this massive delay in because it's a proper tournament, and that's simple as that. Just seeing what's going on because we changed the tournament room for some reason. It happens. Just waiting to see where we're all going, what we're all doing. We should be getting pretty close to the start now. Oh. Ah, so it looks like I'm not streaming now. So I'm going to have to cut it short, guys. So it looks like I'm not streaming this tour now. I was streaming it. It's all very strange. It's very bizarre. Hmm. So, well, sorry about that, guys. I mean, I was streaming it. I was streaming it. I was asked to stream it. I've set it all up. And now it doesn't look like I am streaming it for some strange non-known reason. It seems to have gone that way. So sorry about that, guys. It looks like somebody else is now streaming it. Um, Bizarrely, it's very strange. Maybe it's because they don't know. Maybe because they don't know that on Asia my name isn't Fujit. My name on Asia is actually Bradster because obviously it's a different account. So it's all kind of a bit weird. Um, really interesting what's going on. Like I said, there's a big delay anyway. We're not starting yet. Tier 8s, in what respect? I accept tier 8s, I accept anything really. Ooh, it's all going a bit weird. Again, because they don't know that my name on Asia is Bradster, rather, because it's not Fujit, because I set up the Asian account a while ago. They did think they all ran away to a different room, but we're back in and we're off. So we're starting on Alpenstadt. This is a best of 5. So just put in a picture. We are rolling with both Stream and Feast. It's going to be an interesting tournament. I'm going to be intrigued to see what happens here. As I said, seems like I've lost the game sound for some reason, so sorry about that. But let's have a see what's going on. Let's have a look up high, see where the players are going. As you can see, there's going to be some action round on the... It looks like it's going to be the B and the A cap at this rate. It's going to be interesting. Nothing's happening quite as of yet. They're all lining up, ready to go. Oh, and there we have Feast with Maddox going straight into the A cap there. Shots going across to Dictator as well, who's taken some hit points already. So, you know, we've already got some shots going down. Dictator X has already lost some hit points. There's something going on at B. Let's get over there and see what's happening. They've already capped out A and C. So we've got King capping out C. We've already had Feast cap out on the A cap. And they're moving around, as you can see here. It's the B cap that's going to be an interesting one. I can't see King making any push round to the flank of B. We've got a few tanks there. Obviously, we're looking at the new meta here. Oh, there are shots going in. So the XXX Dictator is losing rapidly his hit point pool. Let's find out where he is gone. He was there a minute ago. There he is in the Object 140. As you can see, Feast is moving around with IK24, Maddox, and Snugu is all trying to float. Oh, and Maddox takes a big roll into him there. At the moment, they're all pretty square and even. Although I would say that it's pretty interesting to see here that we can tell that Feast have probably just got the upper hand, what with Dictator losing his hit points like that. And you can see Feast is backing away back to the A cap. The B cap is going to probably be a big push soon. King is lining up around that cap. But we've got Silver in the F1215B pushing onto the C cap. And look at this for a big move on King. Pushing right round to the C cap there. That is a big move on King. Let's get down and have a look at that one. Unfortunately, Silver is now well out of position. He's on his own. He's quite isolated. Dictator X has moved all the way from the one flank all the way around. Tempest is coming in. Silver is in big. Oh, but Outer Shells is gone. Wow. No, he's not gone. He's on 31 hit points. Finally, they get rid of F Silver. Don't know what happened there. For some strange and unknown reason, I got kicked out. But we're rolling again. Or at least we're trying to roll again. Here we go. We're back again with King. YouTube just booted me out along with OBS. Don't know why. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get it sorted. Doesn't seem to be working though, guys, I'm afraid. We're looking at the map here. Trying to move out of the C cap, see what's going on. So we've already got Feast taking C and King taking A, which is interesting. There's a big delay, as I said, guys, so please bear with me. I can't interact with any of you. The teams are lining up again. We've got 1K24 holding out in the back. We've got Feast lining up towards around the B cap area, probably waiting for a big push around the B cap. We've got Feast. Well, Feast are just hanging back at the moment. We're trying to find the rest of their team. There they all are. They're all getting into strategic positions. This is going to be who's going to blink first. As you can see here, Feast are lined up around the C cap and around the B cap area with one covering. That's our 1K24 covering over there. We got King, the two FV215Bs readying up around the B cap area, waiting for a push. And then we've got the other tanks, the T22, the Object 140, and the other T22, our Tempest, Dictator, and Outer Shells, again around the A cap, just protecting it. We got XXX Dictator making a slight move. He's not moving into the B cap at the moment, but he is. Oh, we got shots going in, and already we've got Maddox of Feast losing some hit points. Everybody's still lined up. There's not much going on at the moment, guys. They're just getting ready and in position, waiting to line up, waiting for a push. Oh, our plump dragon is been spotted so far. He's the only one who's been spotted, actually. Again, it's all that. Oh, we've got Dictator. Sorry, is rolling into the B cap. He's trying to take the B cap. Now we're going to have a bit of a push on the B cap. Let's get down there if we can, see what's going on. Oh, there's some still. It's not exactly. Now they've got two caps now. They're up on cap points. RK24. Let's get over there and see what's going on with RK24 and Snuggu. So they're rolling around. We're going out with Snuggu and R224 here and see what they're going to roll round to this A cap and see if they can do a push. They need to do something soon. As you can see, you've got the tanks of King just lined up though, waiting for Feast to make a move. Snuggu and F Silver, 1K24. First, they're all making a push there onto that T22. T22's gone. Our Tempest is out of there. Now they're going to make a push into either the A cap and into the Object 140 and maybe the other T22 of out of shouts. Unfortunately, Feast have just lost a tank. They've just lost one in the middle there. He's gone. The B cap and the A cap seem to be the main thing, but both teams are bleeding here. Out of Shell's making a big push onto the Batchat of Snug. Let's have a get down there, see what's going on. It's going to be an interesting little battle. Oh, he's already loaded up. He's got his full clip in. Can he get it into Out of Shell's? Oh, and 1K24 comes round. Very good. The T22's gone. However, Feast have lost 3 tanks to King's 2. And they've just lost another tank, unfortunately. There, it's again looking in favour of King. Let's get over. Oh, it's all over. The King wins that one. As I said, I don't know why. Well, hopefully you get to see that stream. For some reason, as I said, OBS went a bit weird. Don't know why it went a bit weird, but it went a bit weird. And then YouTube went weird also. So I don't know if you saw that that one. Hopefully you did. Anyway. So at the moment, it's 2-0 to King. Feast have got it all to play for if they want to get through to the final. This is a best of 5. So King so far taking the dominance on Alpenstadt. We're now switching maps. We're now going to Mayan Ruins. It's going to be an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one. I didn't know that, Ting. Excuse me. I didn't know there was only a 30-second delay on the other stream. There's five minutes on here, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Take a cup of tea. So, Feast have it all to play for. They're not out of it yet. It is a best of 5 tournament. So that was the first two. That was the first map, Alpenstadt. We're now going on to Mayan Ruins. There's 2 games on Mayan Ruins, assuming, of course, Feast can bring it back, and Feast can hopefully beat King in this game to take it to the 4th game. That will be interesting if they do. They can certainly turn it around. It's not impossible in any way, shape, or form. It can be done. We've seen it done before. It's been done before by many, many, many good teams. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Feast, I've got it all to play for. King are certainly in the driving seat. Most definitely in the driving seat. So it'd be interesting to see what tactics Feast come out with here. We have moved on, as I said, to Mayan Ruins. Maybe a map that settles Feast a bit more. They seem to be, I don't know, slightly out of sorts with Alpenstadt there. Not bad. It's a tricky map. It's a good tactical and strategic map. I just think that King had the better strategy in the games. Not to say that obviously Feast strategy was any bad. It wasn't. I mean, I just thought their push in the last game maybe a little bit too slow after King had taken 2 caps. I mean, they'd already taken the B cap. It was interesting that had happened. And here we go. We're kicking off onto Mayan Ruins now. So what we'll do, we'll stay low for the moment, then we'll follow one of the tanks. Let's see which one we will follow. We'll go out with Maddox in Feast. No, we'll switch it. Yeah. So as you can see, they're still using the new meta rather than the old meta. It's interesting. So let's come out of there and see what's happening. As you can see there, it's all going to be kicking off around the C cap by looks on it, which is hardly surprising. And already shots going in. They're getting down there in the C cap. It's going to be tasty on the C cap, I think. Big brawl here between the 215Bs, the IS-4 and the T-22. There's Tempest in the IS-4, Plump Dragon in the FV215B. I have whatever in the 215B as well. Big push by 1K24 into there. That was an interesting push. Let's have a closer look at that for the moment. What's going down here? I mean, there's an IS-4, T-22, a 215B, and there we go. Plump Dragon is gone. He's out of there. But F Silver and Maddox is already gone. We're going to focus on this one for the moment. We can't focus on everything, I'm afraid, guys. So as you can see here, there's a big brawl going down the middle here. You would say, oh, and there we go. Our Tempest is now gone. But who would you say has got the upper hand here? Well, again, it's got to be King. 1K24 is getting out of there. Sugu is getting out of there as well. They're the only 2 tanks left, I'm afraid. King are still very much in control of this game. They're rushing down on 1K24. He's being surrounded there by the T-22 and the F1215B. He's not going to be here much longer, I don't think. Sugu is also in trouble. He's gone. Let's find out what's going on down here. I can't see because I'm in the wrong position. Let's get down there. No, there we go. And it's all over. King dominate. Simple. 3-0, I believe, to King. That means that King go through to the next round. Fantastic games though. I mean, absolutely fantastic stuff there. Well played by Feast though. I mean, they were just outfought. I wouldn't say outplayed. I would just say outthought, as in think, not as in fight. I think King's tactics were just a little bit better there. Simple as that, really. Fantastic stuff. I don't know when the final is. I will find out and I will let you know. So that's the semi-finals done and dusted. Let's see when the final is. It'll be around here somewhere. I'm just trying to find out. I don't know if it should be straight after this battle, I think. Just trying to find the timings. So just looking now. Stage 3 is the semi-finals. Don't know when the finals are today. I'm just waiting for the time as to when they are. Just trying to find the organizer, find out from him. He's always good. See how much time we have. At the moment, all you're doing is looking at a training room. So you can look at my very poor garage instead. Just ask the question of when the final is. Sorry for you guys on the stream there. Abyss, Partyvit, Tingos, Antivirus, Kenneth Lau, Witch Savannah, Volivonka. I'm not ignoring you guys. There is a massive delay, and obviously, because there's that big delay, I'm not getting to interact as much. Oh, the final's in 10 minutes, so we've got 10 minutes. Unfortunately, there's a big delay, so I can talk to you now, as in seeing what you've got there, but I just can't do anything else. Just sorting everything out. There we go. So we got 10 minutes plus a 5-minute delay, so you're not going to see it for another, what, 10 minutes anyway, 15 minutes maybe. It was an interesting tour. I mean, if we go back and break that down, I mean, Feast are a really good team, to be honest with you. They're a good clan. Very experienced tour team. The only thing is, they were just out strategied, I think, in all 3 games. I just think King's strategy was more spot on, so to speak. And because they were out strategied, it was an interesting game. I thought Feast didn't have bad strategies. It's just that Kings were clearly better. So here we have them. You know, when we go back and look at the reruns of those matches, the first game in Alpenstadt, I think the catalyst there was when F Silver took or tried to take the C cap. And when he tried to take the C cap, we just saw a flood of King players just move from the left to the right flank in mass, and because they went en masse, they were just able to wipe out F Silver there, and that was really the catalyst for the first game. In the second game, I think Feast were a little bit too slow in contesting the B cap, allowing King to take the B cap and then contesting it very late, and then flanking with the push round to A rather late as well. That wasn't in their favour. They should have moved somewhere sooner, which was their undoing there. And I think this big brawl here in the middle, you could see what they were trying to do. They'd thrown tanks in, but because they'd lost tanks at the C cap, this was always going to be a very difficult brawl for them. It was going to be incredibly difficult for them to come back once they'd committed. Not saying the tactics are wrong, just that King's tactics were ready to counter that. I mean, King lost 2 tanks there compared to Feast, who were down already to 5 tanks. I mean, they'd lost 5. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe on a different day the tactics would have worked. Maybe against a different team. But you have to say, I mean, you know, I've not streamed many tournaments before, guys. I can only say I watched them, and I've been impressed so far with this tour. I've been impressed with the Ascent tour as well. There's clearly a gear change and a step up in the gameplay on these clans. And I think, tactics wise, play wise, they really are contestants now. They can really go out there and play against probably some of the bigger teams from the NA, RU, and EU servers. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. But you can, as I said, you can see that there is a change in the way the game is being approached from these professional Asian teams. The gameplay is much better, much better. You can see the tactics are fantastic. They're no different to the tactics you see. There's still obviously a learning curve, and there's still a way to go. But I've been incredibly impressed with watching these teams. Incredibly impressed. It's I mean, the final, I believe, is King versus. Let me just get it because I did know it. E7, I believe. I think it's E7. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait out on that one. I think it's E7. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait out. So, I mean, that'd be an interesting match as well. I mean, King after that 3-0 there looked to be in the driving seat. They seemed to be dominating. They certainly dominated Feast there, which was. How can I say this? I didn't expect that. I expected. I mean, I did stream one of the King games in the group stages of this tournament, and they were impressive then. But I know Feast are a really good clan, and I've been watching them in their Ascent tournaments, and they've been an impressive clan indeed. So I didn't expect it to be a 3-0. I didn't expect it to be as much as a whitewash as it was, so to speak. Especially considering, as I said, I've been watching Feast in the Ascent Tour, and they've been playing really nicely. But stranger things have happened. It's like I was watching the European Ascent Tour last night, and R2K beat Raid, which was shocking for many, which was again an interesting thing. And EG were doing incredibly well, and Carnage then went on to beat R2K, and EG had done exceptionally well throughout the entire stage of yesterday's Ascent Tour, and then just got annihilated by Carnage in the final. So there are swings and roundabouts in these tours, which is what makes them so interesting. You would think on some occasions you've got safe money and you've got a safe bet, but sometimes you just haven't. I'm afraid you just don't have it. But it was when you're watching the stream is great. You're watching the guys really getting into it, and I found all of what they've been doing recently, in this tour is very good indeed. So I need to change the thumbnail. What am I going to do? I mean, shall I change the thumbnail? I need to really because I've got to. I don't know if I can. I need to edit all this. Sorry about this. You're sort of seeing me doing the admin at the same time, which is a pain. So I apologise for that. So bear with me, guys, while I just do the admin. I'm going to change the thumbnail because I have to. One moment. Sorry about this. Bear with me. That's all good. Like I said, I wouldn't normally be doing the admin like this on the live stream, but needs must and all that sort of stuff, I'm afraid. Has to be done. Has to be done. Let's change this thumbnail so everybody know who's fighting who. Yeah, there we go. Set it all up. There we have it. So I've changed the title of everything, and I've now obviously changed the thumbnail as well. So that all works. And it is E7 against King. That will be coming up very shortly. I'm just waiting for the announcement. As I said, I'm sorry about this, guys, because there's such a big delay. But I do it for a reason, and obviously that reason is stream sniping, so nobody can actually see what's happening. Because I thought that's what you had to do when you're streaming tournaments. You had to put in a 5-minute delay. But I understand some people aren't putting in a big delay, so I apologise if my stream has got the 5-minute delay, which obviously some people don't like. Yeah, I was talking to a cat, by the way, there. Excuse me while I smoke. It's just the way it goes. Just waiting to see now if, as you can see, I keep refreshing the training room, just waiting to find out when it's all going to kick off. It's all very interesting stuff. Very interesting indeed. So the finals are going. That starts in, well, a few moments. I'm just waiting for the room to come up. Not found it yet. Once it comes up, we'll jump in. Again, I believe it's another best of 5, which is fantastic stuff. It gives the teams chance to obviously get to grips with what's going on. Some people say that best of 3 isn't the best for these sort of big tournaments, but you know, sometimes it is what it is. So just waiting for the password for the room. Worst thing I ever. Oh, training room should be up. Where is it? There it is. Gotta find the password, which I don't have yet, but I will have it in a moment. Now I've got it. So here we go. We're getting ready for the final, and basically it's E7 against King. Should be an interesting game. E7 were in the first semi-final against TNMN. They obviously beat TNMN because obviously TNMN are not here. Again, TNMM are a very, very impressive clan on the Asian circuit. They've been playing quite well in both the Ascent Tour and in this tour up to now. It was interesting that E7 knocked them out. I didn't see that game myself, but I know TNMM have been very impressive. If that's the case, then clearly E7 have been equally, if not better. Obviously, they've been better because they're in the final. On top of that, I had my money on Feast. No, I'm trying. There's a big delay, and it's not a proper. It's not a real tournament. NKK. That's the problem. So there's a huge delay in between things, and I'm sort of talking on spec rather than streaming, and that's the thing. So it's a 5 minute delay. Simple. And I can't show you any replays because it's on the Asian server, and I don't have any replays of any games on the Asian account, I'm afraid. If I did, then you wouldn't be sat here just looking at a screen. Plus, there's a 5 minute delay. That doesn't help either. And, I'd love, this is only what, my second tournament and thing that I've done. I did it for the first time last weekend. This is the second time. Wow. There's, there's not much else I can say on it, to be fair. No, I can see that. But fine. I appreciate I'm not doing a very good job. I'm trying my best, let's say. That's all I can say. The big delay doesn't help, to be honest with you. Not being able to interact doesn't help. Not being on the Asian account where I have no replays or anything else to show you doesn't help either. It's it's just not the. If I was on my main account, then in between all these games, I'd be doing what people like Rolling Swarm in Aminet does, and I'd be showing you replays, which would break everything up. But unfortunately, I don't have that because of where I am. I'm on an account that I've used next to no time. This is the thing. So unfortunately, you get to listen to me rabbit and waffle on for these big 10-minute times, and that's the problem I think you find. That's a problem, I think. And having a massive stream delay, which I don't normally do, you see. I don't normally stream with a huge delay, but I've had to in this one for various reasons. And the game noise isn't being picked up, which doesn't help either. But not much I can do about that. So let's just see if I can get the game noise back. Hang on. Maybe that was the issue. Let me just load the game again, see if I can get the game noise finally working, because it's just been so inter-bitty between the two. It's been a nightmare, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. No, there's still no game noise. And I don't know what I can do about that, to be honest with you guys. I've done my best on trying to get the game noise, but it's just not happening. Well, thank you, Martin Prince. Like I said, guys, it's my second time ever, so I'm not a seasoned veteran at this, unfortunately. For all of you poor sods out there watching it, there's a lot I need to learn, and I've been trying to. I've been trying to watch, the more seasoned pros, which are Rolling Swarm, etc., etc. Maybe I should have done it without doing commentary. Could have done it that way. That would have probably been easier. I mean, I know some guys are streaming it without the commentary. Who knows? I'm just miffed that there's no game noise. That's very disappointing. I don't know why there's no game noise. It's very strange. Very strange indeed. So yeah, I mean, like I know these are just excuses, as I said. All you've got at the moment, unfortunately, is poor old me looking into, you're looking at a training room and me waffling on. Because it's on the Asian server, my account on the Asian, I'll just show you my account on the Asian server, by the way. I've done what? 6 battles. I've got nothing in there. There's absolutely nothing there, guys. Um, there's no replays. I can't show you anything because there's nothing there. I'm afraid. If there was something there, then I could show you a replay, and you know, it wouldn't be so boring. I get that. I understand that. It's if it was like I said, if it was my main account, then there's bloody hundreds of replays. There's 1,000 things I could show you. Unfortunately, it's not. It's my it's best of 7 actually, not best of 5. It's best of 7. Wowzers! So I was wrong. I thought it was best. I was told it was best of 5, but it's clearly not. It's best of 7. Anyway, I'll have some tea. So yeah, I apologise for all of that. I really do. I apologise for the lengthy stream delay. I apologise for the lack of replays, etc., etc. And I apologise for you guys, unfortunately, sat there watching me waffle on for the last 15 odd minutes while they get the final ready. It's not fun for you. I get it. I understand that. But if you got, if to fill the time, I know it's a big delay, but you can ask me questions if you wanted to in the chat. And in 5 minutes' time, I'll answer them. Well, in 5 minutes' time, you'll get to hear my answer. That's all I can say on it. There's not much else I can do, I'm afraid. I mean, I can show you my garage again. As you can see, I've got a tank. I can open a container. I can probably open lots of containers. There you go. I've got boosters. There you go. I've got some more boosters. Can what else can we look at? We can look at. Let's have a look at my garage again. See how many vehicles I've got. Oh, I've got 2. There you go. I've got 2 vehicles. What awards have I got? Oh, I've got nothing in there. Oh, I've got a Raz. Yay! I've got a Raz on the Cruiser too. And that's about the limit. And I didn't even get an ace for that. So you can see I've done 6 battles. 6. That's it. My vehicles are pretty poor. It says I've got 3 vehicles, but I haven't. I've only got 2. What can I say? Well, still waiting for King to roll in and show up. So far, E7 have turned up. No King as of yet, I'm afraid. I'm going to have another cigarette. Sorry, guys. For those of you who are around later, yes, I will be streaming proper, my normal stream, later on this evening. So feel free to jump in on that. It's a bit different to obviously me doing tournaments. So you don't get to wait around for 20 odd minutes listening to me waffle on about whatever. I don't know. It's not the easiest. If I really wish I had some content on my Asian account. It would have made things easier, let's say. Especially with such a massive delay. Oh! So, no, I thought King were turning up, but they haven't as of yet, unfortunately. It's going to be there somewhere. Maybe. Still waiting for King. Still no King. Well, we're just going to have a quick tournament, I suppose. E7 versus E7. Thank you, Martin, for trying to do something out there to ease the tension and the boredom that people must be facing. Oh, they're all up there, look. Interesting. Gives me some time to see what's going on. Let's go back to him. Take him out. Let's go back up here. Boom! Yeah, I'm just having a bit of fun. Can't blame me for that. Go up a bit. You see, I'm not going to commentate on this, obviously. Don't see the point. It's just a bit of fun by these guys. It's just E7 playing against themselves, getting ready, I guess. There we go. Ah, King is now here. So, shouldn't be long now. It's both teams are now here. They're readying up. You will obviously hear this in 5 minutes from now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry about that. But they're readying up. They're getting ready. It's going to be an interesting. It's a best of 7, as I said. So obviously the first of 4, really. You have to. I mean, from where I'm sat, I've not seen E7 play in this tournament, so I'd have to myself favour King, to be perfectly honest with you. Mainly because I've seen King recently in the semi-final, where they were very impressive, very dominant. I don't think we're starting on Copperfield before anybody asks. And no, E7 are not 1-0 up. Hopefully they will change the. I better tell them actually. So just quickly tell them don't forget to reset the score. And look at the map, because it's the wrong map in the wrong score. Ah, there we go. Look, we've changed the score. That's one good thing. It's going to be interesting to see what tanks they use, if they go with the old or new meta. We've seen a majority of the Asian clans using the new meta with the T22s, the FV215B, and the Foch. Moreover than IS4s and grills and those type of tanks, which which was the mainstay in the previous tournaments, especially the Ascent tournaments and the Twister Tour of last year, where we will never forget Raid Messi getting up high on Fort Despair in a grill. Not seen many grills so far in this little Asian tour, which is called the King of Kings, by the way, and it's actually, it's to give it its full title. It's PK's King of Kings, sponsored by Asia Clan Wars and also by Wargaming. Oddly enough, even though it's not an official Wargaming tournament, it's still sponsored by Wargaming. Martin, I'll be streaming at around 7 p.m. UK time. Near as damn it. So, the teams are readying up. King seem to have their full complement now. E7 have their full complement now. They're just picking their tanks. It's interesting to see the tanks here, we've got King rolling out. I don't know if that's going to be their final selection. It'd be interesting if it is, especially with the Death Star there. They've gone more with the old. Well, it's a good mixture. They've got 215B, IS-4, Foch 155, and a Batchat, along with this 268, Death Star, and an Object 140. Whereas E7, they're pretty similar, apart from they've got three Batchats, two IS-4s, a Foch, and a 268. So it's a mixture of old and new meta. Both teams are now ready. We're on Canal, and here we go. The first game of the final, and let's see who is going to get the upper hand in this one. Team selection from the tanks there hasn't changed at all with what I went through. Don't know. I mean, it's interesting that they've gone with the 183, but it is a map that you can probably get away with using a 183. So let's have a look. Let's get up high and see what's going on, see where the teams are going. Get there a bit quicker. I'm going a bit too slow there. As you can see here, it's interesting tactics. We've already got King moving around to that flank, and E7 moving around to that flank. Let's get over there and see what's happening. So C and B is already taken. No surprises there. We got E7 moving over to this flank, which is interesting. And then if we switch over, we've got King rolling over to this flank. It's going to be an interesting battle, I think. We've got two of the E7 heavies just hanging around, and we've also got King in the same area. So it's going to be seeing who's going to push from where. Oh, let's have a look over here, because we seem to be having some movement in this direction, maybe. No, they're just readying up. Both teams getting into decent positions. Let's have a look. Dictator seems to be making a move over there, though. The blind shot's going in. We've got the Batchats coming round here. That's interesting. The Batchat and the IS-4 there spotting up of 7 off Olaf and Mr. Insane. They were spotted. King really not moved from their position over there on the D area. Their Object 140 and the IS-4 of R Tempest and X Dictator, interestingly, not doing too much. Let's pan out a bit. See what Outer Shells is doing. He seems to be trying to make a sort of move over there. Potentially. Try and see a full view of the map. No, he's not really. He's backing off. We've got the Object 268 Chaser there making a move in, though, so we need to move back over to this around the C cap area. The Chaser's now been spotted. 268 has been spotted by our Tempest. It's all very strategic at the moment. E7 are moving back around. Let's get over there and see if they're going to push down this line. They probably won't, but you never know. They all seem to be taking good positions. The Batchat is making a move there. No, they're not pushing, interestingly. They were all just taking positions at the moment. The IS-4 of Mr. Insane is spotted again. Our Plump Dragon is also spotted. It's difficult to say where the push is going to come from. You'd have to favour this side at the moment. There's blind shots going in. Our Tempest and Dictator so far are bleeding a little bit, but then again, so is 7 Merida, sorry. Outer Shells. What's Outer Shells doing? Let's go and have a look, see if he's... No, he's just getting in a position there to try and... He's blind. He's shooting across. Well, both teams... There needs to be a push, and it's probably going to be over in this quarter, so we need to get our asses back over here. There seems to be a push going on. Our Tempest in the IS-4 is being bled massively. Dictator is going to help here. Yep, we got 7 Olaf coming in, and there we go. Our Tempest is gone. Advantage definitely goes to E7. Trying to see what's going on over here. There's not much bleeding. 7 Mulan is sort of hurt. Oh, yep. Outer Showers is definitely making a push there with the back chat, but he's trying to get into the B cap. It's a bad move. He's gone. He's out of there. And First Blood definitely goes to E7. Interesting game. Interesting game indeed. Not much happened to begin with, you have to admit. The teams seem to be just trying to get into a decent position. Then it got a bit stale. Nobody was really willing to push. It was an interesting game. And then by the time you saw the cap points going, there was a big push, unfortunately made by just the T22 on King, to try and get into that B cap. And the IS-4 tried to move as well over on the left flank, and it didn't really work for them. So, interesting tactics on both teams there. More of a wait and see. It was who blinks first more than anything. But First Blood definitely goes to E7. Not the most eventful of games, that one, I have to admit. It was an interesting tactic. Maybe they'll step it up a gear. You don't know. I mean, with E7 now being in a dominant position, 1-0 up, of course, you would hope that King would say, well, that didn't work, our strategy there. We need to change it around a bit. We need to sort of throw our weight against it. We may need to be slightly more aggressive. So it'd be interesting to see. We're just waiting for the teams to ready up. I don't know if they had problems with ping or anything. No. No. Don't know what's going on. So things are being... Don't know what's going on there. Let them debate between themselves. It's not part of the stream, not part of the tournament. The teams are now ready, so let's get out there and see what's going on. Hopefully all the teams are ready. No, King just not ready yet. Still picking their tanks. Interesting choice of tanks again. King only fielding two mediums, no lights. Whereas and 2 mediums on the other side as well. 2 TDs for both teams. And the rest are heavies. Should be interesting. So 3 heavies, 2 TDs, and 2 medium tanks. Both teams seem to be going for the same kind of setup. That's very interesting indeed. Just waiting for the teams to get ready. Just waiting for the teams to be readied up. I think they're ready now. Yep. So this is the second game on Canal. E7 are already 1 up. The team selection, as I said, they've gone more or less back to the old meta. There is a T22 in there. There is a Foch in there. Let's see what's going on. Get up high straight away. Move back so you can see what's going on here. So King, obviously we switched spawns. So King are starting on this spawn this time. And hardly surprising, B and C are being capped out already. We've got big movement coming in already by E7. King are aiming for the far cap. Yep, they're already into the A cap. E7 are into the D cap. So it's pretty much the same as what we saw in the last game so far, with the caps being taken and the teams going at opposite ends. But there seems to be something going on over here, or are they just readying up into position again, like we saw in the last game? It could be just readying up in position. Let's get over here. because we've got some pushing going on a little bit from our plump dragon. Maybe. Seven Cinderella seems to be getting into a position. Nobody's spotted. Oh, no, our Tempest is now spotted. Let's see what's happening there, if anything. No. Again, they're just getting into their positions, ready to face off. There are blind shots going in. No hits taken as of yet. I have AIDS is spotted. But there's no surprising there where they are. And again, both teams are just putting blind shots across. Oh, hang on a minute. Dictator seems to be making a move over this side. Let's see if we can see what's going on. Again, both teams here not really in the mood to push. Cinderella's getting shots, blind shots across. Cinderella has been tracked. There are shots going across. Let's see if we can see what's going on with Cinderella, if anything. Well, Cinderella's in a good position there, but Cinderella can be seen. Not much happening again, guys. There's not much pushing. It's all about caps at the moment. And E7 are just ahead. Only just, though, by, what, 10 cap points. It'd be interesting to see what goes on here. They're all still jockeying for position. Nobody really wanting to push. There is going to be a push somewhere. There's got to be. King cannot stay in this position cap point wise. E7 are quite happy to sit back. They've got the points advantage. They're 10 points ahead. So there's no real reason for them to push anywhere. Dictator is making a move. So let's get over there and see what Dictator's doing. So Dictator's trying to make a move. We're at the 800 mark now. There needs to be a push somewhere by King. If they don't push, then they're just going to hand this to E7. It's as simple as that. It's very interesting. Maybe they're waiting. It's now almost at the 900 mark. They're 10 cap points behind. They're finally going to make a move towards the C cap. Yep, it's the C cap. As we suspected. Oh, big pushing here. Lots of movement being made. King are bleeding heavily, however. And they've just lost a tank. Dictator's gone. Now they've lost another tank. Our plump dragon's gone. It's definitely gone to E7. Interesting tactics again on that map. Pretty much of a stalemate until the 850 point mark. Very interesting indeed. It seems that both teams were, well, really just wanting to get into a strategic position. Nothing more. E7 are now 2-0 up in this final. I expected King to do a bit more pushing, to be perfectly honest with you. I expected them, I don't know, push one of the flanks is what I expected. They would have known that the C cap would have been covered. They couldn't push the D cap because obviously if you're covering the C cap, they're going to be covering it from the D cap. Tricky map for tournaments, I must admit. Yes, there is a 5-minute delay on the stream. So that's what happens, unfortunately. I'm trying to stop the stream sniping effectively, just in case. Interesting tactic. So, hi Tom, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm not. It's very difficult for me to interact with a 5-minute delay on the stream, I'm afraid. Very interesting tactics there, as you can see. Well, it was very much a mirror of the first game, where the push was left right until the very end. So we're now moving to Dynasty's Pearl. E7 are 2-0 up. They are 2 games away from winning this final. King on by no means out of it. They've got it all to play for. They just need, if they can turn this one around and then turn the next one around. It's best of 7, remember, so it's not like they're in a rush. But at this stage, you would have to favour E7, to be perfectly honest with you. And that's not sort of saying that King are any better or worse. It's just that you have to favour E7 at this stage with them being 2-0 up and with the way that they've been playing. But we'll see. King have been impressive throughout the tournament. Maybe maybe Canal is not a map that suits them. Maybe they need a different map. Maybe Dynasty's Pearl is a map that they prefer. Who knows? Who knows? Looking at the teams, well, again, there's been a few changes. There's been quite a few changes. We've got WZ113's still got T22 medium, IS4, Fosh, Object 140s. An E100 is making an appearance. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here. So the teams are ready. Excuse me. We've got King with the WZ113, a T22 medium, an FV215B, IS4, Fosh 155, and an Object 268. Whereas E7, we've got Batchat, E100, 215B, IS4s, 2 of them, and 2 113s. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be another Mexican standoff map, waiting for the other side to blink. E7 are in control at the moment. There's not much they need to do. They don't need to really push. They don't need to make any sort of random mistakes. They just need to hold their nerve, realistically. And if they can do that, well, and already we can see King making a slightly more aggressive move this time. Let's get down there and have a look, see what's going on with Out of Shells. He's been spotted up by Olaf, and Olaf is spotted up by Out of Shells. Let's get up higher, see what's going on. Let's back out a little bit. So Out of Shells is now pulling away. We've got E7 clearly trying to go for that C cap, where we've got King capping out A already. So King will start to get the points now. Oh, Out of Shells is being shot. Let's get down there and see what's going on. Interesting. Oh. Fosh is engaging the E100, so Emerald is already losing a lot of hit points in that E100. There seems to be a push going in over there. Let's stay with the E100 for the moment. Let's stay with this push on the E100 at Emerald. He's not going to be long for this game. Oh, big bounce there, and the E100 is gone. Emerald's gone, but so is our Tempest. He was being fought over by, there was the B and the A cap over there, so let's get back over there, shall we? We need to get in here and see what's going on. Got a big push on Outer Shells. Outer Shells is not going to be much longer in this game, but he's managed to take Seven Merida down and Seven Mulan down. He loses. Our Av Age is also gone. That must have been over in the far corner. We didn't see that. You got Dictator looking to contest. They're consolidating King. King are trying to consolidate here, trying to forget this, trying to sort of counter this push that's coming round this flank. It's not going to be easy for them. Again, you'd have to favour E7 here. Thundermark, Thundermark is gone. Now looking for Knight Rider of King. He's looking like he's about to go next, and he has. It's only Dictator left. You'd have to favour E7 here, clearly. And there goes Dictator. 3-0. So, E7 here are really dominating. Really dominating. That looked promising from King to begin with. I mean, the way they pushed the E100 and got the E100 out of the game was good. But whilst we were watching that skirmish, there was a big push from the IS4s of E7 onto I have AIDS, and they got him out of the game. Simple as that. And then they took out of Shells at the same time. That meant King needed to reevaluate and consolidate on that corner, and then E7 just ploughed around into the corner and were just able to take them out. I mean, it was that straightforward, really. It was interesting. Sorry about that brief interruption. So, what can I say? E7 are now one away from being crowned King of Kings champion in Asia. Very interesting stuff indeed. King really do now need to pull their finger out. They've got no choice at all. This is make or break for them. They've got to win this game. It's a must-win game. It's as simple as that. If they do not win this game, it's all over. E7 firmly in the driving seat. They just need to hold their nerve. And it's as simple as that, really. I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. At the end of the day, you'd got to favour E7 here if you're a betting man. Obviously, the odds are that E7 are going to win this. It will be interesting. We're still on Dynasty's Pearl. The teams are still getting together. E7 have changed their tanks a little bit, interestingly, and so have King. That's very interesting. I mean, King are yep, they're tinkering here with some tanks. It'll be interesting to see. E7, interesting choice. You can see what they're thinking. Well, I can see what they're thinking anyway. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that at home. We've got, a smattering of TDs, a smattering of heavies, and a smattering of mediums again. On the other side, it's pretty much the same as well. You know, a couple of TDs, a couple of mediums, and the majority are heavies. As I said, King have no choice really here. They've got to pull their finger out on this one now. They have got it all to play for. They are not out the tournament yet. They are not out the final. Sorry, they're not lost yet. It's best of 7, remember. This is the crucial match. E7 are firmly in control. They're fully dominating. We are now got the teams ready, and here we go. We're into the battle. It's the second time around Dynasty's Pearl. As you can see there, F1215Bs are favoured. Foch is out there. The IS4, both sides have got one each. An Object 140 and a 263, interestingly. So it'd be interesting to see what goes on here. It'd be interesting to see if they are going to be tentative again, or if they're going to start pushing. It'll be I'm hoping to see a bit more pushes this time than last time. Already, we've got King going the one way, and we've got E7 going the opposite way. So it's going to be interesting. Oh, those 140s of E7 are probing a little bit. King this time is staying together. The Object 140 has been spotted, so there are spots and there are shots going in.